One of the most important parts of a video game, TV show, movie, anything really, is how it begins. If the audience isn't interested after the opening of said media, they might not even be bothered to continue and finish it. So in today's video, I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at the opening levels of Sonic the Hedgehog games. Which ones do what they're supposed to be doing and intrigue the player, and which ones, well, kind of don't do that. Well, that's what we're here to discuss. Now before we begin, I'm only going to be ranking platformer Sonic games, and also no Game Gear games or anything like that, because I don't really care to rank those games since I've never actually played them before, so yeah. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's rank every Sonic opening level. Starting off with the only level in the E tier, we have Sonic Unleashed Wii, and the reason for that being is, this is barely a level. You start out with a tutorial on how to jump. Why? Sonic Unleashed does this a lot, but for some reason they have so many of these tutorial levels or whatever, and then just have the main level afterwards, instead of just having the main level there to teach you how to play the game, just like pretty much every single Sonic game in the series. And it's so annoying too, because if we just started out with the main level, Windmill Isle Act 1 from this game, it would have been a B tier or something. But no, they decided to start you out with this stupid little 10-second tutorial. Not even 10 seconds. This is literally the first thing that you play in this game, and they start you out with this. Not a good beginning to the game. But now, moving on to the bottom of the D tier, we have Sonic Mania Plus's Angel Island. In Sonic Mania Plus, we start out in Angel Island zone because of Encore mode, so I'll separate Green Hill from Mania mode and Encore mode with Angel Island. So to talk about Angel Island zone, all this level is a one-to-one copy of Angel Island Act 1 from Sonic 3, except that's not even true because it's not one-to-one. Because first of all, they slice the level in half when the entire thing gets set on fire, like the cool part of the original level. Then to make it worse, they removed all the secrets that were actually in the original level too, so there's basically no reason to explore here because you'll find nothing. So what could have been a cool throwback to Angel Island on Sonic 3 turned out to be basically nothing. The only thing saving this as an opening level is the fact that you get some mid-level cutscenes showing that Mighty and Ray are back, and then you get a little bit of storytelling near the end of it. But yeah, apart from that, there's nothing here, so that's why it's in the bottom of the D tier. And carrying on in the D tier, next up we have Green Hill Act 1 from Sonic Mania. Mania mode now, of course. Now, I just want to clarify, my placements of these levels on this list aren't indicative of what I think of the levels themselves. I'm ranking them purely based on how I think of them as an opening level. How do they make me feel? Are they memorable? All that stuff. So me putting this level here doesn't mean that I think it's a D tier level, because it's actually a really good level in terms of level design and stuff like that. But as an opening level, I don't think it's that strong. It's Green Hill. By the time Sonic Mania came out, we'd already seen it in, what, Sonic 4, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Generations, like, this was the fourth time coming, and it just starts to lose its charm after a while, and that's why it's a D tier level right here. Again, as an actual level, it's great. Lots of flow here, obviously it's just Green Hill, so it's fast paced, good platforming, but as an opening level, it just doesn't excite me or anything because it's Green Hill for the bazillionth time. The only thing really going for this as an opening level in Mania is that you're going to see the upgrade from the original Green Hill to this one in terms of the animation quality and just the visuals in general. And now next up we have Splash Hill Zone Act 1 from Sonic 4 Episode 1. What do we even have to say about this level? Because there's nothing to say. It's just a knockoff Green Hill that looks flipping ugly with this weird art style. The only reason I put it above Mania's Green Hill is because because it's Splash Hill Zone, it's got different music at least, and then it's not pixel art either, so it's kinda more impressive than what Mania did, but at the end of the day, it's a Splash Hill Zone. There's no personality here in the slightest. But now, for the top of the D tier, we have Sonic Rush Adventure. Now you might be wondering, wait, I thought Plant Kingdom's a great opening level, what? And you would be right, but here's the thing, Plant Kingdom Act 1 isn't actually the opening level of the game. The actual opening level of the game is this little thing here, little training thing. That's the opening level of the game. And what's even more confusing is that the game even asks, do you want to skip the tutorial? And even if you press no, you still have to play this, which is very strange, because this isn't a good opening level because it barely is a level. It's the same problem as Sonic Unleashed Wii, where they have the main level there, but they don't want to play that first because they want to teach you how to play the game, when that's the whole point of an opening level, to teach you how to play the game. So for that reason, unfortunately, Sonic Rush Adventure sits at the top of the D tier. But now, moving on to the bottom of the C tier, we we have Bridge Island Zone Act 1 from Sonic Superstars. Now as an actual level, Bridge Island Zones are pretty good, yeah, pretty fun. But as the opening level in the game, it again just doesn't excite me, because the environment here is just Green Hill, but this time it's white. Wow, so creative. There are some cool stuff here though. I mean, you got the stuff like going into the background, then you got the massive whale thing at the end, destroying all the terrain or whatever. And stuff like that's pretty cool, but at the end of the day, it still just looks like Green Hills, so I just don't get excited by it as an opening level. And same goes for the next level, which is Neo Green Hill Zone from Sonic Advance. Wow. Green Hill Zone, but now it's Neo. Wow, so different. Main thing carrying this level in particular is the new gimmicks that come with obviously it being a modern Sonic game now. But at the end of the day, it's just simply another Green Hill knockoff. Something I really don't particularly like about this level either is kind of the music. It's not bad, I just don't feel any strong emotion when I'm listening to it. It's not even that upbeat, like it just doesn't get you pumped, which is something that I can say for Sonic 4 that it did do. Like Splash Hill Zone Act 1, it's a song that's actually one decent, I think, and at least gets you pumped in some way, shape or form. But Neo Green Hill Zone Act 1, okay song, but it just doesn't get you pumped for the start of the game. Like there's just no emotion in there, man. Now next up we have Green Grove Zone Act 1 from Sonic 3D Blast. This was technically the first 3D Sonic game that was a platformer, so it does have that novelty, but just like many things in life, the novelty soon wears off. Because while it is cool to see like different things that you see in 2D but now in 3D, the level itself, visually, I don't think it looks cool at all. It's just very brown, which means it's just very boring, and as a result, means that the opening level itself won't feel that exciting. Thankfully, when it comes to the music in both the Saturn and Genesis version, yeah, it's pretty good. It gets you pumped in the level, yeah, pretty upbeat. But the fact that the level just doesn't look that interesting, and the other fact that it's a Sonic 3D Blast, is just not that great of an opening level. It's just okay. And now moving on to Sonic Generations 3DS with Green Hill Act 1. Now by the point in time where Sonic Generations came out, Green Hill wasn't that overdone. I think this was the final straw because obviously before this we had Sonic 4 Episode 1. So bringing it back in Sonic Generations, while it was nearly overdoing it, the fact that it was actually in, 2.5D, beautiful, it was alright at this point in time. But honestly, I don't think it's that cool. Like sure, Green Hill Zone, we haven't seen this in gosh, 20 years. And now it's all in 2.5D brilliance, but at the end of the day, there's just Green Hill Zone, I guess. And obviously visually the 3DS version is inferior, so it's below the HD version, which is right next up. Here's HD version 2, and again, it's still just Green Hill at the end of the day. There's no story here before you jump into the level, no, you just straight in, Green Hill Zone, boom. And after 20 years of Sonic games having like story before the first level, I just don't think this really just hits as hard at all, so for that reason, yeah, Green Hill Zone, sure. It's alright, I suppose. And now, for the top of the C tier, we have Sonic and the Secret Rings Lost Prologue Paragraph 1. And this is just basically carried by the music and just the atmosphere, visuals, essentially all that. Because nothing cool or memorable happens in terms of the gameplay department, because you just move left and right, get 50 rings, and then you're done. And again, that is supposed to be a tutorial, because like this is the first time a Sonic game controlled like this, and the last time for good reason, but they didn't have to structure it like this. They could have had a tutorial where you like jump on different pages of a book or something, like that would have been cool, because you got like pages like flying in everywhere here. But no, they chose the opening level of Secret Rings to be this. But now, moving on to the bottom of the B tier is Cyberspace 1-1 from Sonic Frontiers. Oh boy guys, you'll never guess what level it is. That's right, it's Green Hill Zone again. Oh joy. Now the reason this is so high on the list, making it to the B tier somehow despite the reused level design, it being Green Hill Zone again, is for the simple fact that atmosphere. As an actual level it kinda flipping sucks, but in terms of the opening level of the game, it's kind of cool. I mean, cyberspace, all the music or whatever being very mysterious or whatever, like you sat there wondering, how did we get here? What's going on? Why is the backgrounds all like this? Like, how do we even get out of here? You have so many questions, and I think for an opening level, that's good. You feel something when playing the level. That's what you want out of an opening level. Questions. It'll make you carry on playing to figure out the answers to those questions, which is, again, good. It's what you want. But at the end of the day, it's just Green Hill. Like, if it was like any other environment that wasn't Green Hill or Chemical Plant or something, like basically original, that could have hit so much harder. And that's why next up we have Sonic Forces' Lost Valley. Yet again, Green Hill. Now, thankfully in Forces, what they do here, or at least try to do, is see that, yeah, this is a familiar environment that we've seen before, but now it's been apparently destroyed by Eggman. And while that could have been a great idea, where is the destruction here? I mean, cool, it's all scorched over, basically turned into a wasteland. Alright, that's something, but they should have pushed that further, I feel. And it doesn't help that the level is so dang short. There should have been way more level by the time we get to the desert part of Lost Valley. I mean, just look at the Forces concept art, for crying out loud. That's what I wanted to see here. More stuff like that, please. And another thing kind of hurting this level as an opening for the game is the music. While I don't hate Lost Valley's music as some people do, I just don't think it sets the right mood. This is supposed to be Sonic rushing through a scorched green hill to get to the city which is apparently being destroyed by Eggman. But when you listen to the music, you don't really feel that emotion. It feels more like, oh, it's all cheery and happy. We're in Green Hill, guys. Yeah, but that's not what the environment is reflecting. The music should have been way more urgent to show that, okay, no time to waste, Sonic. Let's get the hell to the city right now, pal. Like, genuinely, if they push the fact that, oh my god, Green Hill is destroyed and the music is more urgent, I don't think I would actually mind a Green Hill returning in this game. Genuinely. This could have been one of the coolest Sonic opening levels in the entire franchise, had they put the effort in to make it feel like it's supposed to be urgent, Green Hill destroyed, all that stuff. But unfortunately, they just didn't do that, and so, just like the rest of the game, this level is just wasted potential. Anyways, next up we have Misty Lake from Sonic and the Black Knight. Similar to Secret Rings, this first level is pretty much just a tutorial, so they teach you how to jump, how to go forward, how to swing the sword, but again, I just feel like they could have done some more cooler ways to show you how to play the game. What sells this level as an opening level to me is not the gameplay, but rather the atmosphere, because the visuals here look nice, and especially the music. The music for Misty Lake is very powerful. It captures you instantly, and even though the gameplay might not push you on to learn more about the game, the music certainly will, so for that, at least it's doing something here. But now next up we have Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic and Knuckles. Now I know technically, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one game, but technically Sega released Sonic and Knuckles as a separate game, meaning that Mushroom Hill Zone is indeed an opening level. And it's just an okay one at that. It's just alright. I like how we start out seeing that Knuckles is there, yeah, that's pretty cool, but apart from that, it's just alright. I mean, the music is cool, the visuals are cool here, like all the gimmicks here that make you go fast. Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. So all in all, this is just a pretty standard opening level, really. Doesn't do anything too amazing, doesn't bore you, it just does enough to keep you interested, so that's just okay, I suppose. And now next up we have Windy Hill Zone tutorial from Sonic Lost World 3DS. Now yes, again, Green Hill. Wow. But something I very much do like about Windy Hill Zone 1, I think, is just the music, honestly. There's a lot of personality, a lot of energy, just a lot of everything in that music that really sells this as an opening level. Like, even though you might not like Sonic Lost World at all, you cannot deny that Windy Hill Zone's music is just great. And then because Sonic Lost World has its own parkour system, of course, in the 3DS version, they actually teach you how to use it, because in this version of the game, they actually use it a lot more than the HD version. And yeah, this actually has some cool moments in it as well. I mean, you got the max speed section, you got the fight with the massive caterpillar and just learn the parkour itself. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But I just feel like that the HD version just does it a bit better, which is why next up, of course, is the HD version of Lost World with Windy Hill Zone 1. Apart from it just being obviously HD, so it just looks a whole lot better, this version just feels a bit more grand. I mean, even just seeing Tails fly by under the tornado as soon as you start the level, just stuff like that, pretty much. There's also a lot of visual flair, I feel like, in this level. I mean, you got the massive springs with the cool looking camera angle, then you've got the max speed section, like, even though, again, it's Lost World, so people don't really like it all that much. As an opening level, Windy Hill Zone 1 is, yes, good. I think it's good. I just wish that it just wasn't a, Green Hill again. That would have been a whole lot better. But now, next up, we have Route 99 from Sonic Advance 3. Thank God it's not Green Hill. So yeah, obviously already just got a cool looking environment. The music here, pretty upbeat as well. Got no complaints with that. And there's a lot of places to go fast here. Yeah, it's just a cool level overall, really. Once again, another standard opening level. And now, next up, we have Sylvania Castle Zone from Sonic 4 Episode 2. Now, once again, as an opening level, I think it's actually pretty decent. Can I just say that I just like how the opening cutscene transitions straight away into gameplay. I mean, I know the classic Sonic games did that obviously in the Genesis or whatever, but we don't really see that in 2.5D or 3D Sonic games. There's always like some sort of blackout between that, but no, right here, cutscene straight to gameplay, smooth as hell. But apart from that, I just think that the environment here, music here, it's all just cool. They finally learned a lesson from the original Sonic 4 where, hang on, if we're gonna like reuse environments from the past, maybe at least make them look a bit more different, so let's take Aquatic Ruin and at least spice it up a bit, and thankfully they did here, and it looks quite beautiful here, I must say. And even though we're still in that Sonic 4 era of Jon Snowy music, I still think it sounds pretty upbeat and keeps you engaged. Then we'll also introduce us showing that, yeah, Sonic can actually fly up with tails, which is pretty decent, I suppose. Annoying that there's a delay every single time you use it, but it's still there. I think the level is also fast paced. You can go very fast in this level and even run on water. So again, pretty cool, standard level. Not much to say about it. Now next up is of course Sonic 2's Emerald Hill Zone Act 1. Not as strong as Green Hill from Sonic 1 because I mean, it's Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1, right? If you want to beat that, you're gonna have to do something pretty darn special, and I don't think Emerald Hill Zone really does anything special at all, really. I mean, the music is nice, upbeat, of course, naturally it's a classic Sonic game, and then obviously you got the environment, looks nice. Bit of a shameless Green Hill knockoff, but we'll let it slide because at least change something about it. But the main big thing about Emerald Hill in this game is the fact that, hang on, we've got a spin dash now, we didn't have that before, that's pretty cool. So just experimenting with it later on this level to go through the massive loops or whatever, yeah, it's pretty fun because you go very, very fast here, so it at least excites you in that way. But now we have Windmill Isle Day Act 1 from Sonic Goat Leashed. Now the main cool thing about this level isn't really the level design or anything like that, it's basically the fact that, hang on, we've got a boost button in 3D now, and Sonic's controls and moveset is completely different too. So this level is again pretty much a tutorial, and as an opening level, while the fact that you have a boost button is pretty cool because you go so fast with it, yeah, it's just again a standard opening level, does nothing crazy, nothing offensive, it's just alright. But now we go to Leaf Forest Zone Act 1 from Sonic Advance 2. Now listen, I don't like Sonic Advance 2 at all, really. I think it kind of sucks. But there's no denying that Leaf Forest Zone Act 1 is a good opening level. It's pretty good. I mean, even though it looks just like Green Hill Zone, it just in general feels like a cooler version of it. I mean, for starters, that music, man. That music gets you pumped, bro. That is great opening level music right there. Then the speed you got here as well is just flipping out. You go so fast here, like running across the water, rail grinding, new gimmicks here. This is good. It's just such a shame that the rest of the game couldn't hold up this level of quality, because if it did, might have been a great Sonic game. Might have been better. Alas, that was not the case. And now, for the top of the B tier, we have Seaside Hill from Sonic Heroes. Now, again, as an actual level, Seaside Hill is great. It's not a B tier, it's way higher than this, but as an opening level, it's alright. It's just alright. I think what really brings this level down, honestly, is just the visuals. I just think it's very boring, honestly. I mean, it's just Green Hill, but now there's whales and white platforms. Ooh, wow. And nothing really that cool happens here except for maybe the bobsled. Like, honestly, I think Ocean Palace could have been a better opening level than Seaside Hill, because at least more cool and memorable things happened there, but in Seaside Hill, there's not really anything. It's still a fun level, but there's nothing really cool that happens here. I mean, the music though, music is great, obviously. No denying that, of course. And it is cool seeing the whole team mechanic for the first time too, because yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Playing as 3 characters at once, yeah, pretty dope right there. Can't really deny that. And Sonic Heroes is a really fast game as well, so you got a lot of fast loopy loops here. Yeah, you got cool things like that, but nothing truly memorable about Seaside Hill in Sonic Heroes. I think all the memorable parts about all this is just in Ocean Palace, really, not much in Seaside Hill. If Ocean Palace was the opening level of this game, that probably could have been an A tier, but I don't think Seaside Hill quite is. But now then, moving on to the bottom of the A tier, we have Palm Tree Panic Zone 1 from Sonic CD. Now again, listen bro, I do not like Sonic CD. I think it's a pretty crap game, but again, no denying that Palm Tree Panic Zone 1, great opening level. I mean, when you load in and hear that Japanese music specifically, that just sets the atmosphere perfectly, honestly. That just evokes energy, personality, just everything. Like, that's good stuff right there. And then of course you got the cool things in this level, like the loop right here. It kind of looks 3D, and of course back then something that kind of looks 3D is supposed to be cool. And yeah, this level is fast, there's a lot of places to go. Then of course you got the time traveling mechanic too, which is again cool. Then you even get to see Amy near the end too. So yeah, as an opening level, Palm Tree Panic, pretty strong. And now next up we have Scrambled Shores from Sonic Dream Team. And this is once again pretty much a tutorial level, but similar to what I said about Sonic 4 Episode 2, I really do appreciate how the cutscene is transitioned straight into the gameplay, no black cuts or anything like that, just straight in. And what really sells this level to me as an opening level is pretty much just the visuals. It's all wacky or whatever, and it's not a reused area from the past, so actually it looks intriguing, so you want to carry on playing. And in terms of gameplay, it's pretty bog standard and stuff, there's nothing really cool that happens here, it's just teaching you how to play the game. And then obviously the music, I mean, it's alright. It's nothing horrendous, but it's nothing incredible either. It's just okay. But yeah, visuals heavy carry this level as an opening level, because it's just intriguing to look at. But now next up we have, of course, the iconic Green Hill from Sonic 1. I mean, what could I possibly say about this? I mean, is Green Hill from Sonic 1 iconic as hell? So iconic that it keeps getting brought back in its franchise every single other game. I mean, it's confident, it looks cool, sounds cool. Playing as Sonic for the first time is awesome because, I mean, just look how fast you can go through loop-de-loops, all that stuff. I mean, it just did what it needed to do to get Sonic popular back in the day, so I can't really critique it on anything, really. It was the first level of the entire franchise and succeeded so well that now we're here 30 years later. That's a pretty big feat right there. But now, next up, we have Sonic Colors DS Tropical Resort Act 1. Now, originally I was going to say that the tutorial version of this was going to be the opening level, but you could actually technically skip it, so you don't actually have to play that. So this actually could be the first thing that you play in the game, and it's pretty cool. I mean, the environment is nice, the music is energetic as hell. Like, yeah, that is upbeat and everything. That's what you want to be hearing. And the actual gameplay has a lot of cool moments, especially near the end where you've got the hang glider thing. Like, overall, it's a cool level. It's a completely brand new environment that's set in space. Like, what's there not to love about this as an opening level? It's fun. But I do think that Colors Wii actually does it a whole lot better, which is why next up we have Tropical Resort Act 1 from Sonic Colors. Now, you remember how earlier I said that I don't like how Sonic Generations had no story or cutscene before going into Green Hill Act 1? But with Sonic Colors, I think it actually kind of works without any cutscenes before the level. Because where Sonic Generations just had Green Hill again, like, okay, we're in this place again. Cool. Sonic Colors instead has a completely brand new environment, so now we're deciding thinking, where the hell are we? This was sick as hell. How did we even end up here? Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's go on. And honestly, I think for that reason alone, I do kind of prefer this version over Colors DS version as an opening level because we don't get any context before the level. We're just straight thrown in like, boom, okay, we're here now. Now, a small little thing that doesn't quite make sense, however, though, is why does Sonic know how to use the white wisps here, even though he's kind of like taken aback by the laser wisp later in the game? They address this in Sonic Colors DS by just not letting you boost in the first level, but in the Wii version, they kind of forget about that, just like Sonic boosts anyways, even though he's not supposed to know about the aliens. It's kind of weird there. Just a bit of an oversight. But that aside, yeah, Tropical Resort as an opening level looks cool, sounds cool, teaches you how to play the game without having to bog it down to like a boring tutorial. Like, it's a fun level. Good opening. And now next up we have Leaf Storm from Sonic Rush. Seeing that first loading screen in this level and then hearing the music, you know stuff's about to go the hell down. This level is just cool. That's all I can say about it. It's just flipping sick as hell. Sonic's got a cool trick system. You're hearing Jason Griffith as Sonic, and then you got a boost now. Like, what? This is actually the first time technically that Sonic got a boost, so seeing it for the first time, that is sick. Then all the cool gimmicks that are in this level too, like the spinning vine thing that looks kind of 3D, that's pretty cool. Then you can see Sonic going from screen to screen, like just that in itself is just sick as hell. The first game to do it in the Sonic franchise, and yeah, it is just simply cool. But what is slightly cooler in terms of 2D Sonic is the next level, which is of course Angel Island Zone from Sonic 3. There are a few things in this franchise that I think that are cooler than seeing Angel Island get flamed up in the middle of Act 1 in this level. I can't imagine how the reaction to that would have been back in the day, because even right now, that is still sick as hell. Like, that is how you open up a video game with the opening level. Stuff like that was just cool, man. And then of course, along with that, you got brand new gimmicks in Angel Island because obviously it's Sonic 3. You've got the new Insta Shields now, the new Elemental Shields. Then even before the forest fight even begins, just this little thing right here, that is just cool as well. So yeah, not much more to say about this opening level other than that it's flipping sick. Like, this is the reason why Sonic Mania Plus fumbled the bag so hard and it's all the way down in D tier, because they tried to copy this and just didn't do any of this. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? They didn't even keep the spinning tube thing in the Mania version. That is an insult right there, genuinely. But now, next up, we have Emerald Coast from Sonic Adventure 1. The first proper 3D Sonic game in the series that was a platformer. And with that being the case, they had to make sure to have a memorable opening level. And by God, they did it justice. For starters, the music, that evokes emotion right there. It's exciting, it's upbeat, it's good. Then you've got the memorable moment midway through with the Orca chase. Like, even though there's nothing crazy in terms of gameplay, it still looks cool for an opening level. Then you've got the transition kicking in halfway through, where we get a music change to Windy and Ripley. And even just seeing a proper Sonic loop in 3D now, unlike Sonic 3D Blast, again, it's just cool, even if it's nothing crazy gameplay wise. So yeah, Emerald Coast, Sonic's first proper 3D level, is smashed out of the park. But now, for the top of the A tier, we have the controversial Sonic 06's Wave Ocean. And I think it is slightly better than Emerald Coast because of how much is actually in here. Now, barring the fact that, oh yeah, it's Sonic 06, which means all the controls and physics are all horrendous and even the, glitches, the music here is great. Again, upbeat, keeps you going. And the visuals here, I will say, are kind of the weakest part of the level because it's just kind of a knockoff Emerald Coast in a way because it's an opening beach level. Then we even get the Orca chase from Sonic eventually as well, but this time I think they do it kinda better because we get more involved with it, because obviously you got the chase on the water first, and it destroys all the things for Sonic to jump on, then he actually jumps onto it, then you have to play as Tails to free Sonic, and then after that, of course, you go to the max speed section, and again, even though it's glitchy as hell, it's still pretty cool when it hits, because the music as well changes completely. So yeah, as an opening level, I think Wave Ocean is pretty darn cool. But now, for the bottom of the S tier, it has to be Westopolis from Shadow the Hedgehog. This is exactly what Sonic Forces Lost Valley should have been. Actual destruction and the world's ending right before us. This is how you do it right here. The way the opening level opens up too, I mean, you go straight into these dashboards here, sending you down skydiving. You got lasers coming down buildings, knocking over, explosions everywhere. Like, this is just cool. This is sick. Then Shadow picks up a gun and just shoots people. Like, even though it was a silly idea at first, it's still, again, cool. And that's all I can really say about it. It's just simply sick. And now next up we have, of course, City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2. It's an iconic level for a reason. The way the drop of the music hits as soon as Sonic touches the ground with the skateboard. And then even the fact that we're on a skateboard, cool as hell. And you can even hear the military that are after Sonic with the voices at the start of the level. Like, I don't know what to say about these levels anymore. Like, they just ooze coolness. And this is what Sonic levels should be as they open up. Just cool and set the atmosphere perfectly. The gun truck chase at the end. Need I say more? But of course, we now are left with one more level on this list, something that I think is actually better than City Escape, which is of course Space Colony Arc Act 1 from Shadow Generations. It took them over 20 years to do it, but I think they finally overtook City Escape as the best opening level in a Sonic game. I mean, the way it starts up with the opening shot, the arc in the background, Shadow railroading towards the screen doing a cool animation, the line that he says, it just opens up perfectly as well. Then you've got QTE midway through the level where Sonic Team is just clearly showing off here because there was literally no reason to put this here, they just put it there just to show off basically. And even though it sucks on replays, as an opening level, for them to show off like this, alright Sonic Team, I get it mate, alright go on then, sure. But then of course Sonic Team decide that, hang on, I've got one more in me, by deciding to transition the whole level to Radical Highway. And even though I hate seeing these things later on in the game, the first one, it was valid. This was Black Doom's grand return, so for him to pull something like this, yeah, that makes complete sense. And even though gameplay wise the Radical Highway section isn't that crazy, visually it definitely is, because I mean just look around the place man. You've got this crazy looking geometry everywhere, the music is banging, Shadow slides down a building and then to cap it all off, we transition back to Space Colony Arc. Like, this is exactly how you interest a player right now. This is how you do it. And what's so great about it is that nothing that is done here feels cheap or underbaked. All the animation and effects here are all high quality. I'm still amazed to this day how current Sonic Team managed to pull off that Radical Highway transition. We just came off of Sonic Frontiers Update 3 and just Frontiers in general, one of the most unpolished Sonic games in the series. Then go to Shadow Generations, one of the most polished games in the series. Like, I get it was a different director, but still, that is good stuff right there. Anyways, yeah, that is my ranking of every single Sonic opening level that I felt like ranking. Overall, there are some hits, there are some misses, but with the release of Shadow Generations, it seems that, yeah, the quality of Sonic games in the opening levels are improving, so hopefully Frontiers 2 can improve even further on that. But what are your opinions on the best Sonic opening levels in the series? Let me know down below. Love to see what you guys have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. Don't forget to become Unleashed, watching that join button down below. Remember, it's not necessary. And I will see you all next time. Peace.